in Bucharest, there were equal number like you people are here. And I didn't know how to take out my attention away from them. It was so much touching. See people so much full of love. It's a very powerful center we have, I think, Bucharest is. Because we have some very great musicians there, as you are here. Also they told me 21 doctors who are practicing surgery. So many scientists, very open-minded people, very open. And it has spread so fast, there were 6,000 people in the stadium. You could not have it in our stadium. And everyone got realization. I was telling them, the general of the military hospitals, he came to see me personally. He got his realization. Then he came to see me. And so humble he was. All the time he was worried how SahajaYoga is spread, what are we going to do, how long will it take. I mean, such things he asked me. I mean, this man is meeting me only yesterday he came to the program, got his realization. Today he is very anxious to do so much for SahajaYoga. So I said, well, why don't you come to Delhi? He said, all right, if you call me, I'll come. I'll come to Pune, wherever you say, to Bombay, anywhere. It's very surprising. Also in Bulgaria, when we went to Sofia, the people who came, I mean, the Bulgarian government is too lazy yet to say that we are registered. So we have to go through some association. So this time Yoga Association called them, and they believe in Hatha Yoga. And I told them all about Hatha Yoga, what happens with Hatha Yoga, and how it works out and this and that. And we are doing the same, but it's very quick, that's all. Because it's modern times. So they came to see me later. And I tell you, I was so surprised. They were very well-read people that read so much about yoga, they have been to India, this and that. But immediately they realized that SahajaYoga is the solution for all the seekings, for all the problems. It's very surprising how these countries, which are still not so developed monetarily, I would say, are so much in search and are so active. I was telling just now that I think these democratic countries, the money has gone into it. And with money, there is corruption, there is violence, there is mafia, all kinds of things. With all that, still, if these countries would not have been democratic, I could not have entered. Just see. Because if they became democratic, I could go in there. We could talk of SahajaYoga, otherwise it was impossible to talk about SahajaYoga, about anything. So there is a big advantage that democracy started. But the situation of democracy is not all right. And the people are not worried about, not at all worried about political side. They say, let them fight, let them do what. And people are so nice, so nice. Little presents they gave me, even in the shop. It's different type of people. And then they were telling me about their ancient times, whatever their discoveries. And they said that before Christianity came in, people used to worship the Mother Goddess. And then they showed me paintings where Mother Goddess is there and she's blessing some horsemen, some soldiers. They said there it is 3,000 to 5,000 before Christ. That means they were very, very close to reality. Even I was surprised in Colombia and Bolivia. There are some statues that have come out of the Mother Earth. And there's Kundalini. Even the ornaments they brought, the copy ornaments, they have Kundalini. So, I think human beings were aware of Kundalini when they were very simple people. And they knew about divinity. No doubt about it. And they did not do Sahaja Yoga or anything just because they were there. But this so-called democracy for such a long is not good thing. I have reached that. Because if it is too long, then people become extremely money-oriented. Money becomes so important that goes into their heads. And that money, it's no end to it. In my own opinion is, money is for what? Not to make a slave out of it, no, but to make a master out of it. And this is where I find people have missed. They're still running after having more money, not satisfied. But with Sahaja Yoga one can achieve that state of satisfaction. That now is sufficient. We don't want anything. What do we want? It is more than sufficient. And today only I read in newspaper that Americans are just mad buying things. I am also mad buying things for you. I tell you. Everywhere I go, try to buy some presents, something. All the time buying things. But only things that are artistic, things which are made by hand. Because now the European fashion is such a funny thing that they want everything simple. They don't like anything ornate, nothing classical. They are the ones who started everything classical. Now they want everything to be simple. I can't understand, God has given us a nose which is protruding many years protruding, and are we to cut them out? So much so they don't think what will happen to the artist. Artists are creative and they want to put their exuberance into their art. And we don't want to see why they are like that. And we don't feel that. We are very simple. You see, by this, wearing the simple dress, one doesn't become simple inside. When I was in London, there was one fellow from the hippie group came to see me. All his hair was like that, you see. And he was just scratching, perhaps maybe they were lies because I couldn't understand any funny dress. So I said, what is this? It's like primitive everything. He said, I want to be primitive. I am primitive. I said, you cannot. Because your brain is not primitive, you are modern inside. Outside, if you try all these tricks, by that you cannot become primitive. This is just your satisfaction. But why do you want to become primitive? Because they are better people. Then become a better people. So this trend of madness, that we want to be extremely simple, not necessary. In Sahaja, we don't believe in sannyas at all. No? You better get married, have children, go through it, and live like normal people. By the way, when I was giving a lecture, I said you don't have to stand on your head. You don't have to stand on one leg, nothing of the kind. Then Ruth told me that the gentleman who has invited me has got his photographs where he's standing on his head and standing on his leg, standing on one hand. I said, my God, you should have told me. It was so embarrassing. He's the one who invited me. I'm just saying without understanding that this gentleman is sitting there. But he was quite convinced. He said, Mother, just put your hand on my head. I said, all right side. The main thing is Hatha Yoga, I told you, there's no talk of compassion. So only physically you will improve. Only physically, what else? At the most you have a chest like this, you see, and all that, but what's the use? Are you satisfied? Are you happy? No. So the simple thing one has to really understand, to be simple is to be satisfied. And to see things with an eye of appreciation of what people have created. In the modern thinking, see, I don't know what sort of abstract nonsense they produce as abstract. Now many people are realizing it, that one line they put like this, another like this, is abstract, finished. I mean, you are not abstract. First, the artist has to become abstract, means subtle. That is only possible if he becomes Sahaja. Sahaja in the real sense. Then he can play with colors beautifully to please others. But this is a very big problem of modern time. Then also I found out, because of such bombardment, upon the modern mind, they have become absolutely unstable. There is no stability. Mr. Armani comes out with one dress, say. So everybody will buy that dress. He's now in jail, thank you. I mean, thank the government there. He's in jail and 6 others of his type. So he takes out a dress, all the women will be dressed in the pants. Otherwise, they think they are not in. Then they will have another one gentleman coming, giving another show, so all the men will be dressing up. This is nothing but we are playing into the hands of these entrepreneurs. Because we have no stable mind, no wisdom. See, once you have established what you require, what is the dress you require, what is the style you require, finished. Then you must grow inside and not outside. But this instability has grown so much now that if you go to somebody's house, you see, suddenly you will find 2 legs of the pant falling out from something. The whole house is filled with clothes, with jewelry, with this, that, and everything nonsensical. So this modern mind has become extremely polluted. That we have no stability, no wisdom. And we are playing into these things like fashion, this, that. It won't work out in India, I can tell you this. This mini sari came, mini sari, up to the knee or maybe up. You see, this fashion is to expose the knees. It's very dangerous because you can get both the nerves. And I am suffering because of that. They open their knees in this cold weather or hot weather. Either you catch the right navi or the left navi. And what is there in the knees to expose? I can't understand. So they expose the knees. And then it is regarded as a very big fashion that they expose the knees. Then tomorrow they'll bring out something else. That's what they do. So for Sahaja Yogis it is important that they must decide now. That's all. Finished. No more. I can understand a dress in which you have got some handwork done, some embroidery, some lace. All right. For men also. Something that is some artistic thing. Now the attention is absolutely blasted by all this superficial thing. And to add to my pain was that in all these countries, Eastern Bloc and Russia, which are very poor countries, imagine, 1 pound is equal to 5,000 lei. 5,000 lei. And they get their highest pay is about $100 per month. So all the junk of America which is not selling there, because there's recession, all the junk of England, all the junk from, maybe from Austria also, I don't know, is all going there and of course selling at a cheaper price, but they are wasting all their money on those things. Indians won't, I told you this mini study came. It came for a short time, for a week, near Bombay, and then people said, you get lost, we can't do it. Once a sari is established traditionally, for Indians, finished. Kurta pajama for men is finished. At the most they can have something sherwani and all. But then there are no everyday fashions, you see, of this kind coming up. And who is paid for all this? Are these horrible entrepreneurs who are charging us for their tyranny. So the first thing in democracy, people must have satisfaction. If you don't have satisfaction, it's not going to work. The blessing of Sahaja Yoga is on you people, Sahaja Yogis. Though we belong to the same type of country, that you have children. You have children. Normally now they are saying that the white colored people are not producing children. Everywhere, in Germany, anywhere. So at least Sahaja Yogis are producing children. What a satisfaction. That we all have children. And sweet, beautiful children, beautiful as they are. What a satisfaction it is. That we have such beautiful children. That, you see, this race would have been finished. In America they say it's minus, Germany is minus, everywhere it is minus. Only Sahaja Yogis are producing. Sometimes in America they produced in 1 year 11 children. Because one lady had 3, 2 ladies had 2 each. She said, Mother, what are you doing? I said, I want to have some saints in that country. Otherwise it's going to die, so better to have some. And very sweet children. 3 children imagine. And they were feeling rather embarrassed. I said, it's very good. It's very good that you are having so many children. What we need is now children. And that's such a satisfaction. To me, it's the greatest satisfaction to see you with your children. And their sweet ways and methods, and the way they play around, they talk, so satisfying. So we have to seek satisfaction this way in our relationships. Like, you see, for my coming, you were so anxious. I mean, people don't understand. Was there an old woman of 73 years? All these people are mad or what? Why do they want to meet? But there is a kind of a thing that is very much a satisfaction within us, for me and for you. Very satisfying. Now what is that is satisfying us? You cannot analyze it, you cannot explain it, you cannot. But there is a kind of satisfaction we are in. So let us see, where do we feel satisfied? For all of us who are democratic people, there's one thing that all this nonsense plays on our weaknesses and exciting our dissatisfaction. So our society, which is Sahaja Yogis, we have to be careful. As I told you, you should be more satisfied to see something artistic, to see something poetic. This is the only way you can counterbalance the another side is. Now, why our Prime Minister in India is shamefully going to jail? Can you imagine this man? I gave him realization. He came to see me 3 times, but once he became the Prime Minister, he wouldn't allow me to meet him even. He was on the other line, and he met this fellow Swami. And this guru of ours, this Mr. Swami, took advantage of greed and so the greed. Greed is like this. I just don't know, billions and billions, what are they going to do? There's no satisfaction. And now in the jail, I don't know what they are going to do. What a shameful thing all over the world to see the Prime Minister of India going to jail. But this greed is everywhere. Somewhere they are caught up, somewhere they are not. It's a very stupid thing to have greed. Because there is no satisfaction, so you fall into greed. Oh, what are you going to do with all that? Still I don't understand. So for us, what is my satisfactions? We should have ashrams, we should have so many Sahaja Yogis staying there, we should have small little children doing Sahaja Yoga. All that is satisfying. There's no greed about it. The good news is that Shuddhi cap is about to be sold. It's only for a small amount, about 420,000 or so. But out of which 300,000 belongs to this Mr. C.P. Srivastava. But he said, now what are we going to do with this money? You better take it. And you had one great desire to have some land near the river Ganges at the foothill of Himalayas. So buy it. So as soon as this is sold out, we can buy that land. It's a very beautiful land along the river Ganges. It won't be, I don't know, the climate would be the same as you have here, but no snowing, without snow. But summertime it would be little hot, and I think you like that. It's land, about 80 acres of land, and I want to build there houses, small little houses for you, about 2-bedroom houses. Let's see what happens. And you all can own it if you want. But something I think Sahaja Yogis have to be aware that so much money is needed for every kind of. Today, for the first time, I am telling that lot of money has been spent and needs to be spent. Now when we go to Dalio, we don't find out from where do you get the money for Dalio. Now there's one big hangar which we are going to put in the river, and the land we are buying, from where is the money going to be? It's not Simple, it's quite expensive. But for me it works. See now, shooting camp is selling. For me everything works out. So I think for Sahaja Yogis, satisfaction is also extremely blissful because everything will work out. Param Chaitanya is actually very busy now. And also I think all the Ganas are really playing lots of tricks. Lots of tricks. I showed them photograph for now. Now we had many miracle photographs. But this time I was addressing the people in Bucharest and they have shown one big white colored vase with flowers. It was never there. But first time it appears on the right hand side of mine, another left hand side. What are they up to? I think they were trying to adjust perhaps that. But they said they don't have anything like that. So they are trying to help us. Now what does that show? Shows that what are you worried about? This satisfaction works out everything. That is the thing one has to achieve. I'm satisfied. I am absolutely satisfied. There was one girl who was a journalist who had come. First she was asking me questions when I was going, just I was in the car, she was standing there, I don't know what she was going on. Then she said, I may come tomorrow. I said, please come. By that she had received her realization and everything. When I was coming, she talked to me. She got her realization and everything. She was like a little baby. You know? And the way she was talking, everything changed. She had asked me a question that you seem to be the happiest person. I said, yes. And I can make you also happy. She said, I am also very happy. She was sitting downstairs. I said, how long have you been sitting? Why didn't you come up? She said, you told yesterday that you have to be present, so I have been present. I'm not present. First she asked me a question, do you see visions? I said, no, because I know everything what is there to see. I am in the present. So she gave me back that I was sitting here in the present, nicely enjoying every moment of the present. That is what it is. Future doesn't exist for us. But every moment of our present is filled with great joy because of satisfaction. But it's not mental. Satisfaction is not mental, it's a state, I think, where you are just satisfied. I don't know what hankering people have. Like some people are fond of food, let us take it like this. They like tasty food, they want to talk about tasty food, food should be food and all. If you have read Lal Bahadur Shastri's book that my husband has read, yes, he said that Gandhiji said you should not have any sense of taste, a swad. Just develop a swad. He thought how to develop a swad is very difficult. I am so fond of good food, you see. And also he came from a society, I mean from a, or I should say, a caste, which is Kaistas, my husband also said. All the time they talk about food, what they are going to have, what they are. So one day he told his friend, I have solved my problem. Then how? I put water in the food and I eat. But those people who are particular about swad, they are such a headache, I think. In Sahaja Yoga, I now see that they do not complain so much. They are all right, quite happy. Because we have in a general way some food cooked for you and you are quite happy with it and you don't complain about it. But that is one of the early hankering of human being is food. Try to see if you feel satisfied about food. That doesn't mean you starve, never, never. I don't never mean that. Should starve. But you must feel just satisfied. Now how you do it is the point. If people say that, Mother, no, it's how to get rid of it, you tell us. I mean, it's not like some operation that you can do it. So, main thing is the Navi. Navi gives you to all kinds of anchors. Navi, like you want to have good food, consume, swaha. Want to consume. But after that, Navi has another quality known as Swadha, is to sustain. To sustain. Into a very subtle way to try to understand. We have eaten this, we have eaten that, we have eaten this and all. Now, what is to be sustained out of that? The food is finished now, there's no more, nothing is finished, gone. Then what do you sustain? Nothing. Only hankering, oh, there I went, had very nice dinner, there I went. So the past. So Swada is the present. So how do you sustain it? Is a very subtle thing one has to understand. When did you enjoy it the most? When all the Sahaja Yogis were eating the food together, in collectivity. That experience of collectivity, of eating together. That's what we enjoyed the most. Together in collectivity. So you have become even subtler than that. And more than that is that when you give it to somebody else to eat, to your children, to your friends, in giving something to them, that has even a more subtler satisfaction. Like I was surprised in Bulgaria again. They said, Mother, we want one thing if you allow us. What is it? We make a very good of salad in this country. I said, really? Alright, then what? We want to make salad. I said, alright, come along. What do you need for salad? He said, except for one thing, you can get everything. But we have to have a kind of special fishes. And where do you get that? Only here. And how much is needed? 26 kilos at least for Guru Puja. My goodness. I said, how will you carry it? We manage. Mother, please just allow. And when I said, all right, allow, they were so happy about it. As if they themselves have eaten it or I don't know what. They were so happy, clapping hands. Our mother has allowed us to take that cheese and say, just think. Such a sweet experience. I said, we will never do like that, see. We cook whatever is possible here only. Otherwise every country will start bringing it here. No, Mother, this is the first time, just allow us. But very satisfying. Very satisfying. They said, oh no, we are coming by bus. We'll preserve it well and we'll bring it. It's a special type. Belongs only to this place. So when you feed somebody, you get that satisfaction. It's very subtle inside. And when you see that you give food to people who need food, it's even greater satisfaction. Then you forget about your hankerings and a new collectivity grows, start growing. But this feeling, this satisfaction acts because it is compassion. It is compassion, and this compassion acts. Say for example, if you desire today, if you really collectively desire or feel that people, suppose in Ethiopia, are starving, this will act. They'll get the food, all right. This is the Maha-collectivity, I would say, into which you are teaching. Like I was going now, they were telling me about Bucharest, that there has been no rain at all, and we are agriculturists, and people are suffering. It was very hot in the train, I tell you, really. We were all getting boiled up. I said, it's all right. Then suddenly I remembered that I can make it cool also. Why not try the trick? And as soon as I gave a bandhan, immediately you'll be surprised temperature came. Immediately. So by the time we reached the station, they said the temperature has come down. It was 40 degrees. Today it has come down to 38 or something. I said, only that much, yes. Then I just thought of the rain. Can you imagine it started becoming cooler, cooler, cooler? By the time I came to the program, it was all full of clouds. And as soon as the program finished and I got up, it started raining. Raining, 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 and it became so cold that I had to wear a sweater. Can you imagine, from 38 it came to 18 degrees temperature. Just compassion, just compassion. That is an agricultural country. They are already poor, there's no rain, just compassion. And I didn't even say that there should be rain, but just that feeling which became so subtle. So I started with satisfaction, and then I went on to compassion. Without satisfaction, you cannot have compassion. You have to be satisfied first. Then your compassion will act. But people are mostly worried about them in the beginning. What is it, mother, I am very depressed. Another used to say, mother, I am like this. One would say, mother, I have too much ego. Another would say, mother, my family is like that. So my father like this, mother like this. Now you are changed. You have grown very much. But now try to see that we don't want anything anymore. Now let's give. We have had enough. That's very important to understand. Give to other people, your friends. It's very touching, very touching. Like yesterday, when I was there, these Sahaja Yogis had been to India to study music. And when I sat down, they started Veena Suni in such a beautiful manner that just tears came into my eyes. Just to make me happy, you said. Just they started that song. See, this is something is that when you think that we have to make others happy, all this whatever we have enjoyed, had enough now? No. Now let us make others happy. This will work. If we want to change the whole world, that's my idea, it's the global transformation of human beings. It's not possible by my going everywhere. but possible by your strong desire to change the whole atmosphere into a beautiful atmosphere. You can do it. You all can do it. Now you are so powerful. Your desire was that I should come here. All right. So the whole aeroplane, everything they worked out for me. I had to come. I can't help it all. It's your desire. I think it's so satisfying. Such a mutual feeling, you know. That's when you meet, say, the ocean of your compassion, and you see as if you are touching the hearts of people and the ripples come back. It's all right, let it be, I'm quite happy with that. I'm taking her away, let it be. She's quite happy. What's wrong? Huh? All right, good idea, let it try. Come to me. So in small things there is joy, which we cannot see because we are very close. But once we start becoming subtler and subtler, then we get joy out of this. I am just expressing my joy today when I am meeting you all. I hope you also enjoy everything that you have. Thank you. Hello, what's your name? Am I going to listen to some good music now? I must tell you, there was a girl who plays piano so well, and Mozart she played so well. I thought I should marry her to somebody here so that you can get her here.